I would like to stroll down a few points this evening. Someone who hoards material possessions may exhibit a few of the following traits: the inability to throw away possessions. They may have severe anxiety when attempting to discard items, indecision about what to keep or where to put things, suspicion of other people touching items, and obsessive thoughts and actions, fear of running out of an item or perhaps needing it in the future. Now, I understand that there are many that suffer from some of these as a result of going through the Great Depression. And I do not want to be insensitive to those suffering from a compulsive disorder. However, if we placed ourselves in the gospel reading, we too would surely be inquiring with John the Baptist, "What shall we do?" And he responds, "Whoever has two cloaks, which is likened unto a jacket, should share with the person who has none." And the same goes for food. For didn't the Lord also call us to feed the hungry, to clothe the naked, and shelter the homeless? You see, Jesus has already promised to provide for us. We do not need to hoard. And remember our prayer, "Give us, Lord, our daily bread." Now, this is not to be confused as some endorsement of a political view of socialism, but a return to an elementary decision to simply be charitable, not selfish in this world of plenty. And this is a timely message considering the season. For God has given us a gift that we can never repay. You see, the Lord has removed judgment against us. Therefore, we have no further misfortune to fear. For if God is for us, who can be against us? For he is ever in our midst. Now, I once did work for an elderly lady residing here in Gaffney, and she had me come in and do some painting for her. And she had an extensive laundry list of chores to do, and she was simply unable. And she had let them go undone for quite some time. And she shared with me a specific chore she had contracted prior to me working for her. And unfortunately, she got burned, metaphorically that is. You see, she had a new faucet put in her bathroom that constantly dripped. So she called a plumber. And apparently this particular plumber must have been a plumber to the stars. He saw that the lady was vulnerable and quickly went to work and put the faucet in and charged her in excess of over $400. Perhaps he was unaware of the passage, "Stop collecting more than what is prescribed," and to be honest. Now, I feel certain that many of us here this evening are aware of some of the horror stories concerning mechanics that hoodwink unsuspecting customers of their hard-earned cash. Hopefully, we haven't experienced such a thing. Well, we've all seen them on Dateline and various other programs. You see, St. Paul reminds us that a worker is in fact deserving of his wage. However, we are called to be a fair-minded people. We are not to gouge. Perhaps this is a gospel message our good plumber should have heard. The peace that surpasses all understanding will guard our hearts when we let go of all anxieties and cares of this world, understanding from whom all our blessings come. Now, lastly, I am reminded of St. Augustine's observation that even a small child will cry when it demands something. Selfishness can be found even in the smallest of infants. And one of the biggest issues I've observed concerning peace in the workplace has to do with the discovery that others are making more money. Often we feel that is simply unfair. I once worked for a place that released the pay information on each of its employees that was considered confidential. And when the workers found out that others were brought in making the same amount or more, that took them over 20 years to earn, there was a great unease and fighting that resulted. It is the kiss of death to any harmonious work environment. Now, one could participate in the hostility, or one could live by the gospel while holding on to their assurance that God will continue to provide and sustain. You see, we are called to be satisfied with our wages. If we agree to the wage, then it is enough. The one that baptized us with the Holy Spirit and fire will continue to provide for each one of us who regard peace as essential. One day, the harvest will come, and he will call each a biter to his heavenly barn, and the rest will wallow in their own selfishness, and they will burn with unquenchable fire, where the worm dieth not. Today, while we have breath in our lungs, let us praise and exhort him who provides for us daily. Let us give thanks unto him who allowed each one of us to experience this wonderful thing called life. Let us continue to call upon the name of the Lord, exalting his holy name and infinite mercy. And let us give him a selfless present in this holiday season. Let us let go, giving totally the gift of ourselves, giving him the gift of our undivided love and adoration.